I mean, your outcome of this fight?
It was a good-ass fight. I think Cruz maybe pulled it out. I think Cruz pulled that out. That motherfucker tough. He showed us a little. He got the boxing and the angles and shit. I ain't seen that.
Gervonta Davis launched criticism toward Lamont Roach following reports of his hand injury. Based on Tank's perspective, Lamont Roach stood no real shot at defeating Cruz, regardless of his physical condition. The strategy was clearly flawed. This fighter couldn't get anything going throughout this bout. Cruz deserved the victory. Everyone witnessed it. How are you able to get dropped and dominated yet receive a draw? Tank continued further with his commentary. He questioned additional aspects. Are our styles identical? Did he modify his approach? I'll show up whenever I'm prepared to mention names. Now leave me alone. I could face the superior fighter. This belongs to me.
Shakur Stevenson completely rejects Tank's perspective on the situation. Immediately after viewing the bout, he posted on X stating clearly, "I believed Lamont secured that victory honestly." Shakur viewed Roach as outclassing Cruz, managing sufficient rounds throughout and earning the right to leave with victory. And based on Shakur, who's advancing upward to pursue Teofimo Lopez next month, his words hold significance. He's not recognized for throwaway opinions. If something appears wrong to him, he'll express it. Following that, Ryan Garcia entered, and similar to Shakur, he couldn't understand what Tank observed at all. Garcia shared his own response. "I believe Roach secured that through a narrow battle, possibly by 1 round or 2. Not upset at the draw whatsoever, honestly." Potentially the sole individual whose viewpoint truly counted in that moment, however, remained Lamont Roach personally, and he arrived at the post-fight press conference clearly exhausted. The letdown was evident across his face. He maintained his composure, yet everyone recognized what the draw caused to him emotionally. He genuinely felt he dominated the bout, particularly following his recovery from that knockdown during round 3, the initial knockdown of his professional life, and then reversing the momentum directly back toward his advantage. He stated he anticipated a fair opportunity. He never received it.
Cam, did you think it was a draw? Cam, you think it was a draw?
It was a good fight. It was a good fight.
You want to see a rematch?
What you think? A draw?
Cam, you want a rematch?
I would like to see a rematch. Hell yeah.
Yeah? All right.
Good job, Cam.
All right. That's what we want.
The audience in San Antonio jeered him round following round, supporting Cruz. Yet the actual devastating blow wasn't the jeers, it was the damage that nobody understood about until he exited the arena, a broken hand. To confirm it, Roach uploaded a video directly from the medical facility, his left hand securely bandaged and a message thanking his fans. He valued them and informing the critics precisely how he responded to. Even from the hospital bed, he emphasized everyone that he competed, fought through 7+ rounds with 1 hand, and still maintained the fight competitive enough for the judges to declare it even. Mike Kosher highlighted the identical thing. He reshared Roach's evidence and included, "Very impressive the way he battled with 1 hand for 7+ rounds." And perhaps it genuinely was. Following the knockdown, Cruz appeared like he was preparing to end the show. Yet Roach recovered, improved up his movement, forced Cruz restart multiple times, and steadily reclaimed back momentum. Every time Cruz attempted to rush forward, Roach connected him with something precise enough to halt the pressure. He didn't overwhelm, yet he managed sections of the fight in a way average fans didn't fully recognize in real time.
Knockout is going to be pitbull to decision. Definitely going to be Lamont Roach, because Lamont Roach got more styles. He can do it. He can fight in the inside. He can fight on the outside. I box you. You know, pitbull Cruz, he's more of a one-dimensional fighter. He's coming forward, throwing a lot of punches. So I see Lamont Roach taking this. I see that. I see it like a 65-35 for Lamont Roach.
Anything suspicious about either one of them?
Nah, nothing suspicious. I mean, pitbull Cruz on the workout.
That's why the controversy erupted the instant the scorecards arrived. Yet here's the larger problem. Roach is currently sitting with 2 consecutive draws in major bouts, both against big names. Davis earlier in the year, and now Cruz. And he understands precisely what that means for his path. He skated it personally at the presser 2 times in a row now. It's insane. I can't continue fighting my opponent and the judges simultaneously. We've got to do something about this. Something needs to change. I believed I won the bout, and I clearly outboxed him.
When you doing your thing. So let's get back to the rematch and box his ears off. Do the Devin Haney, do the Devin Haney, huh? Do the Devin Haney, do the Devin Haney, huh?
Following that, he restated the one thing he's been stating since January. All I require is a fair playing field. That's all. He's not incorrect. 2 draws consecutively, both in bouts where he performed at a championship level, establish a strange lane for him. He's obviously good enough to compete with the best. He's obviously skilled enough to survive with pressure fighters like Cruz and explosive fighters like Tank. Yet draws don't create legacy. They don't accumulate belts. They don't secure in big paydays. They simply keep you in the discussion without advancing you forward. And Roach understands he's running out of time to remain in the almost category.
A very competitive matchup between Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz. A lot of people thought that Pitbull Cruz won the fight, and a lot of people thought that Lamont Roach won the fight, but overall it ended up as a draw. Now, Lamont Roach has been cursed with these back-to-back draws, first Tank Davis and now Pitbull Cruz. It just seems like he's not convincing the judges that he deserves that win. Lamont Roach started off fighting in the pocket in the first half of the fight, and it wasn't going in.
The genuine upside for him, though, is visibility. Both draws actually elevated his brand. His engagement is up, his name is spreading. Fans who never witnessed him before now understand exactly who he is. And boxing functions heavily on attention. When your name is hot, your value climbs, regardless of whether the judges treated you right. Right now, Roach has more leverage in negotiations than he's ever had, even without a belt. His name exists right next to Pitbull and Tank as unfinished business, and in boxing, unfinished business sells. A Cruz versus Roach rematch would definitely get traction.
He got wheels, hand speed, coordination, and he know how to hit on the button. He beat him on all the numbers. All the CompuBoxing numbers went in whose favor? Lamont Roach. The fight was over. Even if you want to look at it as technical, he withstood the little bullshit onslaught, and half of that shit was parried, blocked, and he was hitting them on the arms. Just because it looked good, y'all.
Both camps referenced it. Both fighters stated they're open to it. The first fight was close enough to warrant it, and now that the injury is out in the open, Roach has a narrative heading into the second one. What occurs when he's healthy? Still, people can't help returning back to the possibility of him and Tank crossing paths again. The storyline markets itself, and fans are attracted to unfinished business in boxing. Yet Roach clarified it clear that if that rematch ever surfaces, he won't accept it unless his terms are met beforehand. He's not considering the idea of chasing Tank or reorganizing his career simply to give the public a continuation of a night that he personally views as compromised, both in how the fight unfolded and in how the aftermath was managed.
Yes, guys, Red Corner Boxing here. So Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach was declared a majority decision draw out in San Antonio, Texas. The WBC interim super lightweight title stays where it was. Nobody takes it. And to be honest with you, nobody deserved it. A very underwhelming fight in my opinion.
The final thing he wants is to be pulled into a negotiation, construct a camp around it, get ready, and then witness things fall apart again because of an issue that has nothing to do with him. He's not going to risk his legacy on someone else's stability. He's also not going to accept a terrible deal simply to say yes to a rematch people desire more than he does.
But while he definitely won the fight against Tank Davis, he started a little slow here. He started with weird strategy. I don't hate this tie. And both these guys, if they decide to run it back, I'd enjoy the rematch. Or at their weight class, there's a lot of good options. Sabril Matias, Dalton Smith are having a fight. They could take the winner of that. Maybe Tank Davis comes back and they could actually rematch him. And then there's their Tio Shakur fight. They could take the winner of that fight. But I think we all want to see the rematch.
He stated it directly. His legacy is not connected to Gervonta Davis. That's an crucial statement because most fighters who go the distance with Tank get branded as the guy from the Tank fight for the rest of their careers. Roach is attempting to break away from that type of branding. If he becomes a star from his own past, and he wants that credit to come from his own resume, not from being linked to someone whose career moves are unpredictable.
It's some bullshit, man. I don't know what I gotta do.
Hey man, you gotta knock him out.
We're gonna go back to the drawing board. I don't accept this at all. I did thought I wanted a close fight, and I can try. I'm better.
One of the main talking points fans keep repeating is the 7th round deduction against Cruz. Many believe that without that point deduction, which came without a verbal warning, Roach loses the fight completely. Some saw that moment as the sole thing that kept Roach alive on the scorecards. The online crowd has used that to spark the idea that Roach shouldn't be complaining about fairness when a major swing in his favor came from the referee's decision.
The decision rule.
I mean, I thought Roach won. I thought he edged it out, but I mean, that fight was a really good fight. It deserved like an immediate rematch.
Yeah? Why did you feel Roach edged it out?
But Roach was just pushing him back. And Roach landed the more shots and the cleaner shots. Better shots, cleaner shots, you know?
Did you see Pitbull different from when you fought him?
Thing is, bro, you can't...
Roach, however, was concentrated on how the injury altered the way he had to box from the middle rounds onward. He said he felt his hand go around the 5th, and even though he didn't stop throwing entirely, he had to rely more on timing and movement than he originally planned. He pointed out moments where Cruz stopped pressing offensively and started reacting more to Roach's footwork and counters. He genuinely thinks he disrupted Cruz's rhythm after the injury, and that he took control of the pace in the later rounds.
Let's be honest, man. Before the Tank fight, it was kind of hard to see Roach being an elite to top tier guy. He's a decent fighter, solid fighter. We know what Pitbull is. And it just kind of showed here, man.
The issue is that fans rarely accept explanations that sound like reasons something didn't go perfectly. They want fighters to either say they won or they lost, nothing in between. They see nuance as deflection. So when Roach merged the injury, the fouls, the officiating, and the idea of wanting a level playing field, the perception turned into that he was putting too much weight on external factors. That's how the "he's not elite" narrative started gaining fire on forums. People took his words and framed them as excuses rather than context.
Kenny, Regis, what you guys thought about the decision, man?
I thought Roach won, bro. I thought Roach won. Close fight. I thought Lamont pulled it out, though. It was a close fight, but I felt like Roach won it. It was close.
Are you mad at the draw, or you thought the draw was okay?
I'm not mad at the draw, but I didn't think it was a draw. I thought Roach won. If that makes sense. Yeah, for sure. I thought Roach won. I thought Lamont won. We understood it's going to be his.
But Roach is in a challenging position. He's trying to move forward with his career at welterweight, but he's also stuck with people who want to drag him back into the Tank storyline or the Cruz debate. He keeps saying he's moved on, but fans want him to either double down on a Tank fight or completely reject it. And since he's open to it, but only with proper structure, people interpret that into indecision. At the same time, he's joining a division where every fight is harder than at featherweight.
Real interesting. Roach he's the better technical fighter. Let's get that out of the way. He's the purist. He's the sweet science guy, right? But he's also the guy who's probably not as much fun to watch as Cruz. We love Cruz. Not that Roach ain't fun to watch. I love to watch a surgeon at work, and he can be a surgeon. I love to watch, not that I want.
The bodies are larger, the punches carry more weight, and the matchups are more competitive across the board. Taking on Cruz again in this weight class adds another layer of difficulty. Cruz's power has always translated well, and Roach knows he can't afford to let himself fall behind early the way he did last time if he wants to control how the judges see the fight.
Look, but I reached a 113-113 draw, and I think when you look at it that way and you rate each round rather than just looking at the stats at the end, because just because you outlanded someone, well, most of those punches could have been thrown in one round. What did you do the next 2 rounds? What did you do the round before that?
He's also conscious that this opportunity isn't guaranteed to last. He wants a fight where nothing outside the ring decides the momentum. Whether people agree with him or not, he's trying to strip the noise away so he can focus on winning rounds clearly and taking the judges out of the equation. If anything, this entire stretch has shown how determined determined he is to control his path. He's not begging for rematches or chasing fighters who aren't stable enough to commit. He's not willing to repeat a situation where he trains hard, sees interest build, and then watches the event collapse for reasons that have nothing to do with him. That mindset explains why he's approaching the Cruz rematch differently. He knows what can go wrong, and he wants to leave no room for chaos to derail another moment where he could elevate his career. But what do you think follows? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates.